Ever since I was little, I think people were sexualizing me and telling me, before I even became a sexual person, like before puberty, I was told that I was gay or whatever. And even my mom and dad would kind of be like, you should be more masculine, you should act more this way or that way. Everyone was always critiquing the way that I was. And I think it's something that I still struggle with today, and so I don't think it ever necessarily just goes away like that. I think you have to work at it, and I think every day I'm telling myself, you are good enough, you should be comfortable exactly how you are. Those voices in your head, those old memories of past people telling you that you are too feminine or too this or too that or too whatever. It's hard to deal with those voices because they stick with you.
There's no point in being ashamed of your sexual orientation. This is a neutral facet. And yeah, there are people out there who are going to discriminate against you or even try to hurt you physically because of that.
There was a moment in my early 20s, and it was a fear that if you act too feminine, then you'll never get laid, you'll never have a boyfriend, you'll never be happy or have sex ever again. But I keep denying my self from coming out. At a certain point, I remember the exact moment. I was in my horribly dank, moldy basement bedroom, and I was like, I'm just gonna go the complete opposite way with that, and I'm gonna be so feminine and so faggy and so gay. And actually, by doing that, I ended up being much happier as a person. I ended up having much better sex, much more successful relationships.
Yeah, don't be ashamed of who you are, whether you're gay or bisexual or transgendered. If you are, it's just showing your weakness. Don't allow other people's perception of you to determine what you are.
You know, my freshman year of high school, I had about 3 boys who would constantly, call me the names that any queer, young, effeminate boy gets called. And I felt really like, oh God, is this what high school's gonna be like? Do I have to go through 4 years of this? And I decided to attack the problem head on. So I ran for student council, and I decided to be as flamboyant and as gay and as fantastic as possible. And so I did just that. I ran for student council. I did a little tap dance. I landed in the Cooter Slam splits in the middle of the stage, and I ended up winning that day. And I think I took away all of the power that those guys thought that they had over me.
Being gay is the best thing that ever happened to me. It is the best gift I've ever received. All of my life is based off my queerness. And if I was straight, I don't know what I'd be, who I'd be, or where I'd be. Everything in life that you have that seems like it's not a plus, and that seems like a detriment, is usually much more of a gift than you will ever realize it is.
There are many times in my life where I've felt shame about who I am. But the most recent one, interestingly enough, was in the last couple of years. I remember struggling with my masculinity and my femininity and thinking that I didn't have enough muscles or tan skin or blonde hair to be desirable as a gay man in society. And then I realized that I didn't have to be a gay man in society. I could just be me. And then the practical application was dating this straight identifying guy who had only been with girls. And I'm a boy, and I was going to see him in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I was worried that I'd put on weight, and I was like, oh, he's not gonna think I'm pretty. I realized that this guy was just attracted to me for me. And if he could be attracted to me, then maybe I could let go of that shame of my femininity and just embrace my feminine side and just be me.
Every year, I think we kind of ask ourselves, especially if we've been out for a long time, do I need to go to another Pride celebration? Do I need to attend another parade? And I would say yes, because there are still queer people in the world who are growing up in communities and amongst families who tell them that their lives aren't valid or that being queer is wrong. And so I think Pride parades and celebrating Pride is the best way to help our community love itself.
I don't care who thinks I'm wrong or who thinks I'm right. I know I'm right, and I'm proud of that.
If you're denying yourself, take your pride off the shelf and do whatever you can to be the gayest thing you've ever seen.
If you want to see more content just like this, go to Moovz and search under #Queens. #Queens!
I wanna live all my life, day by day. I wanna live every day as my Wanna live all my life day by